is day 6 of the Pennine Way and day 36 of the long walk home. And I've tried to record this introduction quite a few times, but I think I'm just going to be brutally honest. My brain is not in a great place right now. My noggin is not happy. And I don't know how much content I'm going to get of the next rest of the trail. Because talking into a camera isn't something I really want to be doing right now. Probably going to do some more campsites than wild camps, just so I can at least sleep without worrying about being disturbed, because my base level Maslow hierarchy of need stuff like sleep, warmth, shelter, food, security, that's where I'm tackling right now. The whole pitching with a beautiful view is not on my priority list at the moment. I just need to get my head back on track, back in the game. Hopefully as the video progresses I'll cheer the fuck up. Anyway, that's the rambling introduction. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. You're bloody legends. Good morning, you beautiful lot. It is day 34 of the long walk home. Wow. And day 4 of the Pennine Way. Last night, oh my gosh, that camp was just beyond beautiful. I was just in a little secluded dip right by the quarry. The mist as the sun was rising, the whole area, all the dews evaporating around was just, it was stunning. It was so stunning. I didn't film a little leave no trace because the midges were attacking me like crazy. I made the mistake of going, oh, I haven't had midges, it'll be fine. And I put my bug net down the bottom of my bag to fill up a bit of dead space. Shouldn't have done that, mate. Oh my gosh, I was swarmed. So right now I am sat in one of the remains of the turrets. And these are about every mile along Hadrian's wall. And they were built for two purposes. One, obviously for defence, so that the Romans could look out across the land and see if anyone was coming, but also for shelter, so that the guards on duty actually had a place that they could shelter from the wind and the rains and that terrible conditions that you get so often, especially in the Scottish winters. They reckon that the towers along here, the turrets, were some of the largest freestanding buildings of their time, which is pretty cool.
The trail soon passes Thurle Castle, loosely translated to Pierce Wall. It was built in the 12th century, and through the years it's been raided, fortified and rebuilt. However, after the reduction of border troubles between England and Scotland in the 1600s, its purpose was needed less and it became abandoned. From here the path leads you over a train track and around winding backcountry lanes, through a golf course and over stiles, into fields and back out into the countryside again.
There's a stream. I can get water. Oh, I'm thirsty. The bread I picked up is pretty dry, so I'm gonna have some soup and dunk her in it. Yee. Social media be proud, because I just walked past all those cows. Oh my god, and they started to follow me at one point. Oh, I feel so brave. I'm gonna poop my pants. I am coming to you from a beautiful corner of a campsite. That's not 6, that's 6. I'm tired. £6, mate. £6. And there's a shower. So it's like this big circular kind of like underground pipe that had this metal cage over it. The lady's unlocking the padlock and I'm like, if you weren't so lovely and genuine, I genuinely think this is how I die. This looks like a dungeon, mate. And then she locks it back. I'm just like, maybe this is how I die. maybe this is how I die. It wasn't until I got to that bit with the shower I was like, oh okay, no, it is just some old school changing rooms.
Tonight is more like a cottage pie come noodles. Cottage noodles? Can we call it that? I'm eating it in my tent because the midges have started to come out. It's midge season!
I am drinking copious amounts of coffee this morning. Last night got cold. It got really cold. Now, Google says it was 6 degrees, but when I was hiking through Scotland, 6 degrees didn't feel this cold. So, yeah, I don't know. It definitely wasn't below zero because nothing's frozen. My body temperature when I sleep must drop by like 15, 20 degrees because if it was 6 degrees, I've got a -4 comfort limit, 2 degrees sleeping bag, puffies, thermals, thermal socks, hoodie, puffy, hoodie, thermal top, hot water bottle, gloves, and I was shivering. I was like in a fetal position, like my spine, my hamstrings, they're all brutally sore this morning. I thought you're supposed to acclimatise. The more I'm camping out in cold places, the better I should get, right? Isn't that how it works? There are a bunch of vehicles all along this stretch, and apparently they are putting water across the ground because of the ground nesting birds. We're in the middle of like, I wouldn't say a drought, but I mean, I've been hiking, on and off with zeros for 5-6 weeks now, and I've seen 5 days of rain, and it's spring. So it's quite worrying right now with what's happening on these moors because it's ground nesting bird season, and they're dying of dehydration. So they're up here spraying the land really, and you can see the heat coming off the moor. Poor little babies.
Look how deep that river can be. And then there's that tiny stagnant pool down there.
I have found the myth, the legend, the dried up waterfall with a light, fresh flow. Your girl can drink. I'm so thirsty, guys. The famous Greg's hut. Hey, me. Here it is. Oh, guys, what a nice shaded place to eat my freaking lunch away from the mozzies as well. I brought with me some extra water from the river, so I think I'm going to boil up some veg stock again, put extra salt in, and just another different type of fluid because I get bored drinking and eating the same taste. Very much a taste and texture person, and I don't know, just what gets boring sometimes, so mix it up. Anyway, I'm gonna get the stove on, get some lunch ready. Today is guacamole salad flatbreads because the spa did me a solid, mate.
Pea shoots. Hey. So this platform here is where a lot of people would sleep, opposite the fire. There is a shelf that has bottles that usually have candles on the top, some spare gas, pots and pans, but a reminder, do not leave food because it does attract vermin. Beautiful view. Oh my gosh, it's so sunny outside. I love bothy books. Here we go. Thursday 18th, A&E. Want to know what a haggis hunt looks like? 17th of December. Want to read a couple sentences of a horror story you'll never get to complete? Find your favourite bothy bagger, Jules.
You know what we've got to do. It's never going to get old.
Oh.
face and the whole of the screen. That little trig there, marks Cross Fell at 882 metres above sea level. And I've got another fell to cross today, which is Hike app. Just looked on my app. By the way, if anyone's curious of what app I'm using for this, it is an app called Hiker. Really freaking good actually at telling you where there are shops, where there are water sources, and you can change like the different terrain modes, whether you view it in satellite, whether you view it in OS map style. Really freaking cool.
From here, I hiked over 2 more fells, Little Dun and Great Dun Fell. The views were absolutely incredible and the evening sun was gorgeous. I followed the winding paths into the village of Dufton and decided to rest here for 2 days to try and help my feet heal. Day 36 was the day I broke. I didn't want to be on trail anymore and I was done. I reached out to a good friend Jules for some advice, and she left me with these very powerful words: never quit on a bad day. So I decided I was going to make the best of the day, and if it was terrible, I'd quit. I stopped and soaked my feet in multiple riverways. I filled up with fizzy and crisps and flapjacks at every magic box I came across, and I took time to appreciate the scenery and the beauty of the places I was walking through. And you know what? It turned out to be a pretty good day. It was in that moment that my whole hike changed. I decided I would do anything that I wanted any day to make that day good, and when I came across my bad day, that's when I could quit. That night I treated myself to a campsite in Middleton and Teesdale and cooked up a feast of noodles and veg and tofu. I sipped on hot chocolate, drank smoothies and just enjoyed the rest. It was again another cold night, but I had access to as much water as I wanted, so I filled up that Nalgene and kept the hot water flowing, and I slept so well. I had a little lie-in that morning, and after chugging a whole smoothie outside the local co-op, I went back on trail. I was sore, I was stiff, and I was slow, but I was doing it.
It is about 2 o'clock on day 7 right now, and girl's getting a bit slow. So this section had not loads of road or bridleway, but enough to hurt the feet. So there you go. The plantar fasciitis and ankle support socks are back on. Probably done about 8 miles in 6 hours. So yeah, not the best speed. But I've just got to be careful when my feet get like this and have a look where I tread, try and aim for the bumpy ground, and yeah, that's sort of how the days go when my feet hurt, which is a bit gutting, to be honest. I feel like this video is just going to be a sad one of Becca, to be honest. So yeah, if you want to just click off the video, please feel free to do so now. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's beautiful though, she says as she shows you the burnt bit. A lot of places on moorland actually do this. It's controlled burning, so it's to stop a wildfire actually kind of expanding across the moor, and it used to be a practice done in agriculture in some places, countries and cultures, because it adds certain nutrients back down into the ground. So there we go, little factoid of the day for you.
As the miles went on, my body got looser and the trail flattened, and I pitched my tent in a field to watch the sunset away from the midges. Over the next few days, my mind continued to battle those demons. I had some beautiful remote wildcamp spots, but I didn't want to record anymore. My mind was filled with other things. I had some beautiful views as I hiked along the trail, and the most magical that I wish I had recorded for you was Malham Cove, because I stood there and I cried at the view. It was one of the most beautiful places I had ever been to. I can't really remember much from those few days. but what I do remember is walking past this beautiful reservoir and then reaching the halfway point, a towering beacon that I don't even know the name of.
Walking over that dam has been possibly one of the craziest hike sections I've done. You can't really hear the wind right now, but I was holding on to this, barely keeping my legs on the ground. I have been walking into this 40 miles. And I don't know how, but it turns out I've got a hell of a load of root resistance at my body. Faster! Fire brigade coming back for more water. 2 wildfires going up on the moors. It's been going for about 3 hours now. Let's take a hot second to look at this. Come on, get in. Oh, look at that. Beautiful sunset. Unfortunately, I can't picture because it is windy. This is the most sheltered bit. So I'm going to head down the valley. It is 9 o'clock. Today is a 25 miler because I need to reach Edale tomorrow for a train at 8 because I'm having some rest. Actually drying out this tent, cleaning it and posting it back to Nemo to get my MSR sent out, so it's all very exciting. So on a bit of a mission. So I'm hoping down over the valley in about half hour's time there's a more sheltered space, because if not, she's cowboy camping because I'm not prepping my Nemo the day before I can potentially send her back and get a refund. So this is my pitch for tonight. The wind is going mental on the tops, but down in the valley, I reckon 15 mile an hour. So if she breaks, oh God, I'm so nervous. I like the way she's glowing a little pink though because of the sky.
That morning I woke up to the most glorious sunrise, and it felt like a little reward for persisting with this trail. I'd run out of gas and ate super noodles like they were crisps before making my way into the town of Edale, where, unfortunately, I was harassed at the finish, so didn't really record much.
Just finished the Pennine Way. Here we go, 268 miles, or apparently according to my app, 256.
Right, go home and do the washing up.
I would stop and chat, but I've got a train to catch.
No.
So,
Chat to you. Go away.
Right, on that note, I'm going to disappear. Hey, trail number 7 smashed.
It was a diabolical way to end a diabolical week, and I got the train to my friend's house for 2 days to dry out my Nemo, get my MSR, eat copious amounts of healthy food to heal my body, and get ready for trail number 8, possibly my favourite so far, the Limestone Way.